Hi, I'm Jinx, and welcome to Anyland. This is a demonstration of my avatar, the most recent one that I've made, which has a number of influences from different spots and has some fun stuff like the mask. I like the mask. And then also, it has features which I can demonstrate like that, and then put the mask back on. How does that work? Wow, that's pretty tricky actually. And then my hands. So if I pull the mask off, okay, and you saw that it disappears from my head. Wow, that's cool. So the mask, you might be able to tell, is a custom vertex edited thing. Inspired by the game The Under Presents. Great VR game, artistic, theatrical, lots of cool stuff, but everyone has a golden mask. And when you hold it, when you pull it off your face, you can snap. Okay, there we go. And it creates a fire. Well, I used my lemon lime fire. And then you can grab things and you can put it in, do gestures, and transform things and convert things. So I wanted to do that. Another thing you can do in the Under, you can let go of your mask and it'll just stay there. So I did that as well. Right? And so I made it so you could throw it and it'll slowly rotate. But using my attract and repel scripts, actually on these hands that I made for my robot avatar, I can pull it in, I can push it away. It actually pushes from and pulls from this hand. And then when I put it back on, it comes back onto my face, which is actually very tricky, a very tricky thing. Basically, this mask is a sub thing on my face, for lack of a better term. When I grab it, it's got a script that says when grabbed, then obviously it's a holdable, and that's what I'm doing. I'm holding the copy of it. The original goes inside my head. Notice it's just a tiny bit smaller than my face, so it goes in like this, and you can't see it. And then when it is either destroyed or, interestingly, if it's just put back on my face, which is how you do it in the Under and how it looks good, poof, right? It tells the something to come back. And the particle effect, poof, is the holdable thing I was holding being destroyed. Makes sense, right? So I can toss it and it just has a momentum kind of script on it, whatever. Bring it back, cool. If it destroys like that, because there's liquid in my hand, you saw the red because of the laser, it just pops right back. So that's cool, because if you threw it away and then you created a laser, you'd kill it. But if I take it off and throw it away, well, let me do this. Let me be very careful and just toss it away. And I'm going to talk 30 seconds. It'll naturally despawn at the Anyland 30-second despawn rate. And it's cool because it will just do that. Actually, what will happen is my hand will get stuck in the snap position, which is kind of funny. So I don't want to do that, actually. Maybe at the end of the video. So the snap is what Delco and I called the Jinx snap, because we needed a nickname. So in some of our worlds, we made things that reacted to a script, something like tell nearby Jinx snap or something like that, when told by nearby Jinx snap. So Delco's avatar, the black specter with the black particle effects, he can snap, and it makes the snap sound, and then also it sends that signal. And so on this avatar, my hands are normal, right? And I can point like I like to point. But if I take this off, it puts me into snap mode, and I can snap. So it's cool if I come up against one of our things and I want to trigger that. I do this, and then snap, and then we're good to go. One of the things we did in Castle Ravenswitch is the locks on the doors that you need to find the keys for, both throughout the castle as well as that first key in that kind of lounge room with the fireplace. If you go up to any of those locked doors and you Jinx snap right in front of the door, it automatically unlocks without the key. And we also have what I call inhibitor blocks, invisible blocks that I place a couple meters away from anything that reacts to it. So you can't snap from too far away to trigger anything. And that's actually the key now I'm thinking about it. It's not when told by nearby, whatever. It's actually tell first of any. So if the door or the lock, whatever it is you're unlocking, is the closest thing, it gets the snap tell, right? And if the inhibitor block is the closest thing, because you're either way far away or you just have to be closer to it, then it grabs the tell command, inhibiting it from ever getting to the locking mechanism, whatever it may be. It actually doesn't do anything, but just takes the command and like blip states and like instantly, literally an inhibitor block. So before I do that, like I said, this avatar I created from scratch. Instead of what I've been doing for years, is taking like my Mage Warlock avatar or my very first Cyberpunk avatar. I was taking that as a basis, deleting whatever accoutrements on there, and then I would recreate it or rebuild it however I wanted to for that style. This I started from scratch. I started from one of the all black t-shirts that I made for the Avatar shop based on Fazzy's t-shirt design. And then I created my one of my DJ avatars. And I liked that. I liked that my DJ avatars with the blue particle effect out of my hair, and actually the hair was also animated to rock back and forth. I liked that a lot. I liked the unreality of it. And it kind of was a paradigm shift to me that, like, why am I creating things fairly normal when I'm in VR? Have fun with it. Go crazy. Of course, why not have particle hair? Yes. So I took the t-shirt I had made, and I had here on the one side the glowing stripe. And I was like, okay, yeah, do some of that. Going through that in Cyberpunk 2077, kind of the hero jacket that you see in a lot of the art and stuff has the collar that's lit up, and you can get some of those in the game. So I was like, you know what, why not do a collar like that, not attached to anything, but just there, and it gives some visual interest there for where the neck would be, especially since my head is floating and I've never had an actual neck. I've never rendered one. I've never modeled one out. So that I've explained in my universal health system video. These lights, the hexagons that light up, I actually made the blinking. Actually, not the blinking one. It's this one. It has all the scripts in it. Actually, these two, I guess. The blinking one is to simulate kind of a heartbeat. In the Avatar shop, there are a number of cyberpunk style t-shirts like this, and they have this design but in different colors. Yeah, cool. What else? The orb. There we go. The orb here. Grab it correctly. Not the menu, thank you. But the orb seemed to be going crazy, but I want to grab the orb. There we go, I grabbed it. Okay, it has a script that says lights on, and if I hit trigger, it lights up. Now, funny. When I first started creating orbs in Anyland in the beginning, even before I got pet scripts, but especially now that I have pet scripts, that I love this effect, right? They follow your hands and they play like pets. I always thought it would be cool if you had a thing as part of your avatar, in this case kind of a pet, that you could turn into a light source and then throw. You know, throw down a dark corridor, that kind of thing. You do that and you're like, hey, yeah, I've got my own light source. It's going to fly around until it despawns. But I always thought that was neat. Instead of just pulling out a flashlight, like, oh, I got this, boop, and then I like that. That is also, and I did pull off my mask intentionally this time, this lights up with the fire. Yeah, sure, it's homage to the Under Presents, but it's also a light source. Pretty bright. And because the mask will levitate, I can do the same thing. I can actually send it out. If I give it a good throw and a twist, it'll rotate and it'll go farther. Same kind of thing. Very handy. In fact, I don't have to throw it. I can just keep holding it like this. And now I've basically got a torch for a dark area, dark room. Fun thing that the Under Presents does when you throw something in your magical fire that I just simulated with a trigger click. Did I? Hold on. This trigger click. It gets bigger and brighter for a moment with a little extra sound effect. So it's just fun. I really like creating toys that I can interact with all the time. That kind of stuff. So I was going to throw that out. That was weak. I'm going to really throw it out. There we go. Off screen, off camera. It will despawn in 30 seconds. My hand will stay in basically permanent snap mode because of that. And so what I'm doing is pushing the button and holding snap brings it in to this hand, and pushing the button makes it go away. So it's fun because they're independent of each other. Anyway, yeah, it just despawned. It did not come back to my face because I didn't program it to react to being despawned. So that sometimes, yeah, okay, I can just be me and not have a mask blocking my face. Could be rude, right? Sure. On this avatar, I will show real quick in point of view. The chest piece, come on, there, has the same menu as my robot avatar. Literally the same menu. Party light, here it is, great, over there. All the stuff. And because these are the same hands, which is some more scripting, so I can actually go into blaster mode. Okay, I'm not going to show each one of these. Watch my robot video avatar. But why show this off? Why? It's not for the launch fireworks. Although that's still cool and it works on this avatar. It's just good stuff. Reboot is always handy. Now, the other super cool thing with this avatar, as I've shown in, you probably figured it out from other videos I've done, the Anyland rings. Check it out. Right? So notice, Anyland ring. It's not like my mask that's a holdable, and it just is there, whatever. It's an Anyland ring. Look, somebody's Anyland ring. Whose could it be? It could be Neon Rain's. I don't know. But I can make it fly, and I can make it fly and do fun things, right? It's the same thing. Away and back. And just the same attract and repel scripts that react to the mask, but now out of the same hand instead of the opposite hands, right? So then when I put it back, it comes back. I don't need that. Cool, great, awesome. So you know, Anyland rings, not just your own, but having other people's, very powerful, excellent. So I like to be able to just, grab it and play with it. Come back, play with it. Anyway, I like toys. I like floating things, right? To play with while you're chilling in VR. Why not? Very cool. Other thing with this avatar, just to point out, is the purple cloak. I always wanted to have a cloak over the shoulders. I'd experimented with it on my first avatars, and I think even the Mage Warlock one I had from way back that I designed when we were building the underground, just kind of enshrouded around me. But as you know, I talk with my hands a lot, and I could not bear to have them in here covered like I'm doing with my left hand right now, because it drapes inside so nicely, but it's here the whole time, obviously. So I eventually came up with the fancy cloak style where it's wrapped around, but it's down one side, one shoulder, not fully covering me, so I still had openness. But I'm very happy with it. I actually like how it turned out using Anyland's base shapes with those curves. I think it looks good without trying to get crazy detailed or trying to do anything crazy to simulate better curves or folds in fabric. I like to build with the medium I'm given and not go crazy with it. I like to exercise the tools I'm given until I get a really good handle on it. Then I'll start asking for more jazz or something. I don't know. That's why all my avatars look like base shapes kind of thing, which is cool. So we got all this. I think I covered everything in this avatar. Other thing in this avatar, my eyes and the neon green rings glow blue if someone joins the area, anyone. And it's kind of cool because I usually won't see it in my own eyes, obviously, because I'm not looking at myself. I'm not narcissistic like that, and I don't have the video up on myself when I'm building. That's weird. But you would notice my rings, the holographic rings, would turn blue for a second. I'd be like, oh, let me check. Oh, yeah, somebody's here. The number incremented, which is fun. These hands are the same hands as my robot avatar I demonstrated in that video. But no projected lines because I'm not a robot, so why would I have laser? This avatar is not a robot, so why would I have lasers coming from my body to the hands? These hands are more like, I don't know, autonomous drones? I don't know how to describe that, but that's kind of how I think about it, the robot hands. Clearly they have all the features from my menu, this menu, but at the same time, they are my hands. What else? Let me go into point of view mode real quick. Yes, okay. Close that. IDDQD. That just turns on my universal health system. Obviously, Doom cheat code for God mode, so that's fun. Oh yeah, by the way, I have the reboot also affected the hand with the snapping. So remember, I was stuck in snap mode because I let my mask despawn. And then my mask is back when I rebooted. So, actually, let me show that, right? So, external? No, gotta hit it. External mode, I'm back. All right, and the mask is doing its thing. And I'm in snap mode, so I can bring it in. I can bring it around like that. Okay, it broke. Ah, well. Just let it go. Whatever. It can go flying away that way. Whatever. Nice. I like it on the recording this way. We can watch it despawn as I talk. So my fingers are in snap mode. And I can bring it closer, and I can push it away. And yep. Sure, why not? Cool. We'll leave it that way. When it despawns, I will be ready for the reboot. Nah, not that way. Yes, this way. Alright, despawned. My hand is still in snap mode configuration because persistent states. No mask. So I'm going to now hit the reboot. The mask came back. My hand is no longer in snap mode. Right? So I'm good there. So this is a fun avatar that I really created from scratch with all the knowledge that I gained over the years to be basically similar to my avatar style and everything, but to be newer than my old ones that I kept kind of reusing the same bodies and the same ideas from. So, yeah. Have a good evening. Deactivate recording mode. Oh, I didn't, actually. That's fun. That's fun. Still recording, I guess. And here is the other version of my avatar. Rockin' and rollin'. Now deactivate recording mode.